take an already successful franchise and elevate it, make it better, make it more rooted, more grounded. And in that sense, it was very appealing for me. And then for me, as an actor, to come on board and breathe life into a character that was already a strong character in the G.I. Joe mythology, breathe life into him and make him become a badass who can cook. If we are going to be an arm or a representation of the U.S. military in our hyper-realistic way of the G.I. Joes, well, let's make it real as we can make it, and as rooted, and as grounded, and as boots on the ground as we possibly can. So I think when everybody collectively has that thought in mind moving forward on how we're going to hopefully elevate the franchise, well, then you're able to shift into fourth and fifth, sixth gear and move and go with it. And so, you know, there was it was a shift in tone with the movie that we wanted to make in terms of the first one. The first one was really successful, did well, and audiences enjoyed it worldwide, but we all knew that there was better. There was a better movie to make, and a more appealing movie to make, and more badass movie to make. Roadblock is considered the glue that holds the G.I. Joes together. Well-read, enjoys his poetry, is a hell of a cook, and happens to be the only man on the planet who can physically hold one of the world's largest weapons that is supposed to be mounted on a tank, but he can hold it. You like how I give him that much credit? He's the only one on the planet that could, no one else but Roadblock. Roadblock for me specifically made sense. Not only is he the glue of the G.I. Joes, but I thought that there was something really important in the fact that he chose not to be in the front, in the limelight, leading the group. You know, there's a great line in the movie that he says, which is, I ain't doing this to put brass on my shoulder. So basically I do it because I love it and I do it for my country. And I like that, and I think when a man is in that space, then it's admirable, and then there's a place to go. So he is the glue, but he doesn't have to be in the forefront, but yet he would emerge eventually as more than a glue. You know, the first couple of weeks of this movie, we were in the desert. It was desert sequences. It was hot. It was hot. It was muggy. You know, it's Louisiana, August, baby. Bring it on. And we were out there every day. Sun's out, guns out, and it was a great way to start the movie. I think you start the movie with scenes like that. Number one, it brings everybody closer together. And it reminds me of just playing football and having camp. And when you have preseason camp and you're having 2-a-days and everyone is together from 4 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, and you're on the grind, you're busting your ass, it's hot, it's sweaty, it's muggy, guys get tired, you get pissed off, you get to arguments, but at the end of the day, you're all still coming together for the betterment of the team. And in this case, it was the betterment of the team, the betterment of the movie, the betterment of the product. So it was hot out there, but it was a great way to start the movie. Adrienne was great for the role of Lady J because she brought a great combination of beauty. She's beautiful, gorgeous, and just naturally beautiful. And her personality makes her even more beautiful because she has a wonderful personality, beautiful smile. I can't say enough great things about Adrienne. I don't even call her Adrian. I call her Palicki. That's how close we are. I love that woman. She's great. So she brought a great combination of beauty and believability. I think just in terms of being a badass. She's a tough chick. She's no one's pushover. She's a tall girl. So she's a woman, which is what Lady J needed, and that's who Lady J is. That type of woman who's very smart. Smart with a quip too as well, raised in a household of men, loves the military, respects and honors the military, comes from a long line and lineage of military family. So Adrian was great, great in the movie. When you think about Joe Colton, General Joe Colton, and who he is to the Joes. I mean, this is the one who created the GI Joes. Who can that be? Who is that? Who's that actor? Who's that man who's walking the planet? Perfectly, it's Bruce Willis, who has just great gravity and a sense of self. Bruce is a guy's guy. He's a man's man, and he was perfect for General Colton. I've known Bruce for some time, and we've been buddies. So I was just over the moon when I found out that he was going to be in this. Great for the role, and not only that, but as a fan of action and men of action. I thought it was pretty cool that I get a chance to see Bruce Willis and myself together on screen, kicking all kinds of ass. All kinds of ass. I love it. The mythology of Roadblock is that he is trained in many different fighting styles, one of which he had trained with Snake Eyes for years. And so when you get introduced to Roadblock, you're able to see many different fighting styles that range from martial arts to what we have called gun kata, where I have these specially designed brass knuckles, basically, that act as brass knuckles that could split your skull, but they also have the ability to attach onto different weapons that are on my vest, from certain blades to certain weapons, Glocks, batons, and they unclick too at the same time. You're able to throw them, utilize them in many different ways. You're able to see that type of fighting style, and you're also able to see his brutality. So there's a nice range of fighting styles that he uses.